because a lot of you guys, God dog it, a lot of you guys probably hadn't had anybody to really kind of discuss this right here with you because they don't teach this in school. They really don't teach it in high school. They don't teach it. I don't know if we have a class in college about this right here, man. But man, I'm telling you, man, you're debt, man, and debt, and if you guys are old people, man, I mean, you become a slave to them. That's just the name of the game. But now I don't believe in I don't believe entirely in the Dave Ramsey method where you have no debt. Because I do think that in some cases, if you're an entrepreneur, there is a such thing as good debt. And in my opinion, guys, it's good. You got different schools of thought on this right here. If I have if I got a debt that's actually giving me money, then that's probably a pretty good debt. If I'm generating money at the end of the day, it's probably good. It's probably okay. Depends on how long I can keep that money rolling in. Do you guys know the difference between I know some of you guys do, but let me just get a show of hands. The difference between an asset and a liability. I know you know. Anybody else? You know the difference between the two? Jackson, you know the difference between the 2 mm-hmm. O'Neal? Okay, can you tell me what it is? Somebody raise their hand. Somebody at home. Y'all know the difference. Well, I'm sure some of you guys at home know, man. I'm dealing with people that kind of know, they know this stuff. But give me an example of a liability.
A liability is something you owe, like a loan, or you owe on what is it? Yeah, just stuff you owe, whereas an asset is either money you got or like a physical asset. It could be a car, a house without the land. All of those things are assets.
Okay. If it's so if I go if you go buy a house and you have a mortgage on that house, would that be considered an asset?
Wouldn't it be like a liability because you still have a mortgage and assets if it's paid off and it's bringing in money?
There you go.
Kind of like passive income.
Yeah, see, a lot of people think that a house is because I hear a lot of people back in the day, people are like, man, my house is my greatest asset.
It could be an asset.
I mean, it could be. It's an asset if it's generating you money. So if you go buy a house and let's just say, for instance, I purchased a house, I got a mortgage on it. My mortgage is like I got a house and I rent it out to my son. So let's just say I pay $900. The mortgage is $900 a month on it, right? Now, if I was just living in the house and I was paying the mortgage $900 each month, then it would be considered a liability. Because at the end of the day, I'm losing money at the end of the day. It's not generating me anything. But if I rent that house out, so if I'm paying $900 a month, that's my mortgage. But I rent it out, and at the end of the day, after I pay the insurances, all the maintenance, and all the things that can go wrong with it, let's just say that end up being $1,300 a month, and I'm charging $1,700 a month. And at the end of the day, I have a net sum of $400 that comes straight to me, profit. And that thing is considered an asset because it's generating me money. Guys, when you go buy a car, see, that's why you got to be careful with these cars, man, especially them SRT. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said that, man. That's it. What is the SRT? Yeah. Okay, so especially them things right there, man. As soon as you get them off the car lot, man, it depreciates. It not only is it a liability, but it's depreciating. So it's actually losing money at the end of the day. And that's probably any car, man. I don't care if you go get a Tesla or just anything. When you drive it off the lot, man, it starts to lose its value. And guys, you got to be careful with that, man. It's probably nothing wrong with. There's probably nothing wrong with just saving up enough money to just buy the car outright. If you can't afford it, just $4,000-5,000 get you clunker or whatever, man. And just if you can inspect it real good, make sure it ain't no limit or nothing, man. But you drive that thing, man, and people laugh at me. Got a little Prius out there, man. But man, that thing right there get 54 miles a gallon, man. Plus, I don't have no note on it. you know. So, and I try not to have any notes on any card. Well, um, even my daughter card, just pay them off, man. You just have to pay them suckers on off. But guys, you got to be careful with that, guys. Your credit, man, guys. You guys, some of you guys are kind of young. Um, get you an account, get you a couple accounts, man. Maybe a checking account or something like that, man. But you guys need to. And I don't suggest you even have credit cards if you don't know how to use them. Okay. If you don't know how to use a credit card is for convenience. They're not to charge them up and use it as income. You don't go buy no clothes. Now, if you got money in your bank, now, see, I wouldn't use a debit card. See, y'all know the difference between a debit and a credit? See, a debit card is connected to your bank account. A credit card is you can generate points on them. Like when you go on trips and stuff like that, you generate point, and then they actually pay you back. Like I have an American Express, man, but I have a building company, so I charge like a whole lot on that American Express, and it has a $675 annual fee each year, right? But I charge so much, I generate so many points. The points end up paying for that fee. And I did a video on this. I didn't even know that thing. Like when I don't travel too much, guys. But when I travel, man, when you go to the airports, if you got like an American Express, you could use it to go to what they call the Centurion Lounge, man. Everything is complimentary, man. Breakfast, lunch. You got a plate, I got showers, got everything, man. So I didn't know all that stuff, man. I'm kind of new to all this stuff, man. But you use that's a credit card, guys. And if something goes wrong, let's just say, for instance, somebody like I go online and I charge something up, and somebody hack my credit card or something like that and charge for stuff and buy stuff like $500 worth of stuff. Well, it's better to deal with that with a credit card because they can reverse it for you. They can give you, they can take it off. But if they get your debit card, that money is gone until you prove to them, and then they don't tell them how long you're gonna be dealing with that stuff, but you out of money until you prove it. So, like I said, guys, the best way that's the purpose of a credit card. You got the money to pay it, but you use that for convenience and you use it for safety. Does that make sense? And at the end of every month, guys, if you got a credit card, you need to pay that balance in full. Because you got the money to pay it. It should be used as convenience. Not just I'm gonna pay, because guys, if you pay the minimum fee, guys, when I was in college, when I was you guys' age, I probably had every credit card, man. And I'm telling you, man, it was so bad. I messed around and all of my credit cards, they all got I went over the budget, over the limit, and I couldn't pay them. Too broke to pay them, man. I was too broke to pay them, man. And I had to go to what they call debtors court. I went and filed what chapter, man. Them people were hounding me to death, man. They were calling me at work. They were calling, you need to pay this bill. They were getting mad and mean at me and stuff, man. And man, I had one guy say, we need a damn payment. We need a damn payment right now. That's how he was talking to me. Like, man, hold up, man, and I'm just in, I'm like 19, 20, whatever, man. I'm like, oh, man, they talk to you like that. And then I messed, and then so I couldn't pay them, man. So I went to what they call debtors court. I think top chapters, whatever, 14 or whichever one it was. And they said, hey, all you got to do, I'm going to tell you how bad things were back then, guys. They said, all you got to do is pay, I think it was like $40 a month. And what they do is they take all your credit cards and split them all up and give a little bit to each one of them, right? I couldn't even pay $40, guys. That's how broke I was, man. It was rough in college, man. In school, man. I mean, times were tough, man. So, don't get them things, man, unless you can afford it, man. Unless you guys got a job, you got to, you can pay these things, pay them off at the end of the month. Don't carry a balance on them. And just try to build your credit card, man. Takes a little time, man, but build your credit card, man. You need to have about 720. Especially if you guys are going to be in the building industry, man, you need to be around 720, 730 and stuff like that. That way, if you got to go over here and grab some money right quick, like, you can make these things happen if you're an entrepreneur. So So I got on credit. What else I want to talk about? Oh yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this. Go ahead.
I got one for you, man, just to let folks know. Because you talking about like regular credit, but you need to build like your business credit. There's a difference between regular credit and business credit. Is business credit don't go on your credit unless you don't pay them. So, you don't want you flipping a house or buying lumber, doing whatever, you don't want that 40,000 on your regular credit because that'll mess your regular credit up, even though you're gonna pay it back. So just business credit and regular credit.
All right, let me go into detail on that one. Thanks, Gregory. Now, if let's just say I'm a builder, right? All right, so you got your company and you have your personal stuff. Now I tell you, so there are so many different things that you can do, guys. Now I'm not a legal person, man. So don't just take my word and say, well, he told me this right here. You guys get your own consultants, you get your lawyers and stuff like that to help you out if you got some questions. Does that make sense? All right, go ahead, young blood.
You S corp or LLC?
S corp. The reason my LLC is an S corp.
Okay.
There's two. Well, S
corps
corp.
are better because you got less on taxes. Now LLCs, you get charged more in taxes.
What actually one of the best things I get from an S corp is that I can pay myself a salary.
He's his own employee.
Yeah, and I can use my car. I can lease my car to the company. Does that make sense? And then that way you get a tax break on all of that stuff, and I don't have to pay as much taxes on my salary as I would have to do normally if I wasn't an S corp. Now LLC can be an S corp, and yeah, that's the way to go. Though. That's.
And you can hire all your kids too. I think it's up to 10 grand per kid.
Yep.
And also you can put stickers on your car and get money off your car as well. Like put your business logo on your car.
That's right. That's right. And guys, these are things that you guys, when you go out there and you start doing business, guys, you got the number one person you got to get on your side, somebody who's really good, is your tax person. And a lot of people, and it's kind of crazy to me, man, when I hear, like, guys, I'm kind of sort of. I'm not a stout Donald Trump guy, but I like Donald Trump. I like what they're doing. I do like, but you can understand, guys, if you run a business, things will be clear to you. Now, some of you guys probably hate them. I get it. But when you talk about business, see, people who are rich, and I'm not rich, guys. I'm just saying, if I'm on my track, I'm trying to get there. But what you do is, the people who actually pay the taxes are the regular people. I call them normies. Like, normal person who, if you got a W-2 job, you get your paycheck every month, you pay the most taxes. What you want to do, man, guys, you got to hire the best tax people around you. And if you don't know who they are, you need to find out what business you're in, and you need to ask them who their tax person is, so that you can get in that little lineup. And you got to have a really good tax person to get you out of the headaches. My tax guy has been he's kept IRS off of me. Now Alabama keep getting on me every once in a while, and you don't want no Alabama. The Alabama Internal Revenue, they come at you fast, buddy. So yeah, you get you the best guys if you got a business. Some of you guys got businesses going on right now. You guys have got to go get a good tax accountant. And some of you guys who ain't got businesses right now, when you get out here and you get your businesses, you got to do that. Look, guys, you got my number. You guys can, once you get in your business, hey, Mr. Stahl, you can call me 3 years from now. I mean, you remember me? I was one of your students. I need a tax accountant. What kind of business are you in? And then I may tell you to go to that particular, you see what I'm saying? But guys, you gotta take care of your taxes, man. Don't mess around and get your taxes jacked up. Because if they get you on them taxes, man, it's hard to get out of that, man. Like, I mean, there's a certain thing, like, I think last year, man, I got like a $7,000 tax break for buying a electric car. All electric car. Put that in there. That was a break. Kids in school, that was a break. I mean, he was just, And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it was almost like an equal wash. Y'all know what I owe IRS? No, y'all know what they owe me at the end of the day. The IRS last year, you won't believe it. They owe me $87. You know why that's good? Because number one, I need my money all during the year. I need to maximize the money. See, y'all, if back when I was coming up, man, my mom, when the tax season came, man, she got that big back check. But that was a problem because we were struggling all year. And then you finally get you get this check back. That ain't good. So at the end of the day, guys, if you're in business, you need your money throughout the year, the most you can get. But you got to have a good tax person to help you keep it at that. Because at the end of the day, man, I don't want to owe the government nothing, and I don't want the government to owe me nothing. I want it to be an equal watch. I don't want to give the government an equal, what they call it, a interest-free loan. I don't want to give that to him with them. And then I don't want them to owe me nothing because I want to use my money during the year. And what I'm saying, reason I use Donald Trump in this right here, because people like Donald Trump, people will get mad at him and say, well, he ain't pay no taxes. Well, that's what rich people do. They figure out how not to. That just make them smart. If you figure out how to get out of taxes because you went and hired the best accountant who know all the tax law, now they got AI. You might be able to feed this AI, the tax code, which is a big old thick book, look like that code book. Feed it to the doggone tax code, and he tell you how you get out of everything. Tell him your situation, and AI is eventually going to tell you how to. And really, he's trying to get rid of the IRS, which would be good. You got states like Texas. I don't think they pay income tax or anything like that. Guys, you just got to get savvy on your finances. You got to have that figured out, guys. You got to get savvy on your credit. Credit is critical. You ain't gonna make it in this business without credit. And just like Mr. Edwards was saying, man, business and personal. Don't let them two things mesh up together, man. Because you let your business jump over here on your personal, man. You get yourself, you lose your shirt, man. You won't be able to bounce back. Anybody else? Y'all get it? These are some.
Now, I was just telling them that because when you got stuff on your regular credit, that's your business stuff, it can stop you from getting a house or other things because, you owe
That's right.
80 grand, and they say, well, your debt to income ratio is too high, stuff like that. But if it's on your business credit, yeah, you're the guarantor.
That's right.
But as long as you still paying, it won't go on your credit. It'll just stay on your business credit. And so that's why I tell people, because you want to start off like that, and it's simple. You may not be the savviest person, but it could be gas. When you whip out the business card, that's gas for the business, or you buy the lawnmower or whatever. You whip out your personal one, and so if you could just separate it even like that, it's like a simpler way to keep track of your transactions. But the biggest thing, like I said, you don't want to put it on your personal credit because that's going to mess your personal credit up. Even if you're paying, it's going to mess up your ratios. And so a lot of people don't know that when they're coming off or starting off. And then it could stop you from getting business credit because you messed up your regular credit because you got too much on your regular credit for business stuff.
That's right. That's right. They're going to look at you as a risk. And guys, so just keep that in mind, man. Let me see anything else. There are people that are living like this. There are people who got a lot of money. You guys you got everybody. I had to tell my son played baseball. I'm gonna reel this in, guys. My son plays baseball. He's going through a baseball slump right now. And I was like, but I watched the guys that he hang around with. Right? Guys, if you hang around 9 losers, you're the 10th one. Did you guys know that? Mm-hmm. Guys, you are the sum product of the 5 people you hang around the most or you talk to the most. I had a group of friends of mine, man, and guys, I mean, we were like, man, we were really tight. We used to, like, man, maybe 6 years ago, man, we would just hang out all the time, have a good time. Man, these 5 guys, man. But these guys, well, one of them, he was all right. But then the other guys, man, they just wanted to work a job and just work and go home, to just live a regular life. normie life. I didn't want that, man. Man, when I go out here and I go like the Ross Bridge and stuff, I was building a house with somebody in Ross Bridge. I was like, man, if they can be in a house like this, why can't I? We were all born, I know this is going to sound crazy, guys, and I keep going through the same thing. We were all born on this planet together. They're no better than me. Why they get a nice house? Mind you, they may have had family that has built them up to the point they're at. But we deserve this too, man. Heck, I deserve it too. So guys, on your track trying to get to the next level, you guys have got to start surrounding yourself with people who want to be, you got to start being around people who are where you want to be and better. So you figure out where you want to be at in life. And you start surrounding yourself with people who are here. If you're here and this is where you want to be, surround yourself with people up here. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out to these people and saying, hey, man, you want to do lunch? On me. I pay for it. And pick their brains. Sit down with them, eat with them. People that's in your industry, guys. You guys got people that's in the industry that you want to be in. Some of you guys are already in this thing, maneuvering your way through this thing. Find some other people that's just like you. In every trade that you have, guys, there's an association that's linked to that trade. If you're a builder, we got a Home Builders Association. If you're a plumber, they got a Plumbing Association. If you're HVAC guy, they got a Carpenters Association. Get in the things that you're trying to do, get in there. You might have to pay, I pay $1,000 a year? It's worth it. It's worth it. I know I just went to Las Vegas. The National Association of Home Builders paid for it. They paid for it to go out there and help try to keep you guys, and you guys are members. Another one of my students went out there. He went out there too, and he had access because he was a student, and they pulled his name up on you guys on there too. And when they pulled his name up, they were like, okay. He got access to all the education courses that he went to all the education courses he can go to because he was one of my students. And I know it's kind of late notice. I didn't tell you guys about it. Some of y'all could have took advantage of it, man. But what I'm saying is, whatever it is that you want to do, guys, you guys have got to get and go in that game. And you got to start meeting people, man. And you guys got to have yourself at a point to where people will be willing to open themselves up and tell you the secret. And I'm gonna tell you guys, people don't have a problem with telling you guys the secrets. This is why, I'm finna get somewhere else too now, guys. This is why you guys cannot box yourself in on race, religion. What else would you think of? Sexuality or what all this other stuff that we got going on and all this other baggage we got going on. Don't box yourself into this stuff, guys. Don't let this culture out here, these people that's on TV and CNN and telling you guys to hate this person because they're a Republican, hate this person because they're a Democrat, the black people doing this right here, the white people doing this right here. Quit letting that garbly goop get inside your spirit. Because if you let that stuff get inside of you, then when you start meeting people who are doing what you want to be doing, they may not even look like you. I mean, they may be a different race, a different something. You're going to have a chip on your shoulder and people can sense it. They can. If you got a problem, if you're a black man, you got a problem with white people, white people can sense that. If you're a white man and you got a problem with black people can sense it. A Hispanic, it doesn't matter. But you guys got a lot of, I'm just telling you, you got to work. You got to work on yourself, man. I used to be this guy. I'm just going to tell you guys, I used to be this pro-black, man. I used to be power to the people. Red, black, and green, man. Because I used to think that black people problem, now to a degree, there was some government things that went on that kind of got the black people, the black family all in shambles. The black family's messed up. Lyndon Johnson did the welfare. It was a mess. But I used to think that all our problems stem from white people don't like us. when I was about 19 or something like that. Then I started really researching and looking. I started looking at my own family, and I started looking at some of the stuff that we know. I was like, man, we messing ourselves up. I'm telling you guys, the next market, and you know what I learned out here, and I shared it on one of my videos. You guys better start learning Mandarin. You better learn Mandarin. It's coming. Those guys, I mean, they outnumber us. For every last one of us, it's 10 of them. The Asian market, that's coming. You better embrace it. You better go ahead and say, I mean, yes, learn this right here. Let's get a trade. Let's make some money. But in the meantime, you better get your Mandarin book. It's coming, guys. Those guys are strong. They're strong. They have cornered the market, man, and there's nothing. I'm telling you. And the only way that we're gonna listen, guys, the only way we're gonna make it is that we all work together. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, American, capitalists. We're gonna have to work together. All of us. But their market is strong, man. They figured it out. I was overwhelmed. I see where this thing is going, guys. There's no way out of it. So embrace it, but be ready for it because it's coming. 5, 10 more years, their market is going to be very strong, and they're going to be here. Guys, I can order stuff from over there, man. I don't care if Trump put 200% tariffs on it. You're still not going to beat them. So get ready, guys. Learn these trades, guys. Make your money. Build your pockets up. Get your bank account right. This ain't time, man. We ain't got time to play. Y'all ain't got time to play at all. You guys need to be fighting this thing, man, like you ain't got no tomorrow. I don't know what else to say, man. Gosh. And they're good, man. And man, I'm telling you, golly, I had a rude awakening there, man. The whole it's like 2 floors, guys. So like you got, like, say for instance, let's just say for instance, we got this whole side and this whole side. They're about the same size, right? This side and that side. This whole side right here was the Asian market. That side over there was everybody else. Everybody else, everybody else over here. This is the Asian market. Nothing wrong with it, man. Those people work. They work, but they have a government that kind of makes it a certain way, man. But oh man, so get it together, man. Get your money right. My son talking about making music. Hey man, you put that stuff down, man. You better grab your hammer. You better grab you some. You better figure out something, man. We got to make some money. We got to get our money right. Anybody got anything y'all want to ask me before we get out there in the shop, man? Trying to think. Y'all at home, y'all have anything y'all want to ask me about anything? Everybody good? Yeah, we have some good courses. But like I said, guys, I don't sit here and tell you guys. You'd never hear me say, hey man, you got to get a degree. I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you to take the classes, to learn so you can go take the trade and become a capitalist. I love capitalism, guys. I love this country. It's the best country to me, this is the best country to be in, man, because you can have somebody that can start right here and can be here. You can, if you're a capitalist. Other countries, man, this is a country, man, where people can come on YouTube and talk about the president. Do that in China. Get on YouTube and talk about the Chinese. If you're in China and you talk about the Chinese president, governor, whoever he is, the president, you disappear. Literally. Go to Russia and start talking about the Tsar and stuff like that. Or some of these African countries, Nigeria, and just start talking about the people who are running the show right now and just trying to voice your opinion, even if you're right. How you feel like you're right. You would disappear. So this is this country, man. And guys, I believe I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, man. Guys, I would walk in a parade and march shoulder to shoulder with the Ku Klux Klan if we were marching for freedom of speech. Because I don't want you to tell, I don't want to, I would never ever tell you what to say and what you can't say. And on the flip side, I should have my right to say what I want to say too. And I think, guys, and I've just always been raised that way, man. Sticks and stones will break my bones, but words never hurt me. Now, some people just don't have thick skin. So my family got thick skin because we used to say some things, some brutal things to each other, man. And if you couldn't handle it, man, you just couldn't handle it. And if you sit here and sit on your feelings and stuff hurts you and you cry and stuff, make you feel bad, this ain't the world to be in, guys. People gonna say bad things to you, man, and it's gonna hurt your feelings, man. But learn how to deal with that stuff, man. But you should have the right to your opinion. No one should be able to take that away. You got people right now, man. I think a couple of years, and if they don't like to hear, if they don't like what you said on YouTube, they would do a petition and get your channel struck and get you offline. I don't think that's right. That's why you had people like Elon Musk. He went and bought Twitter so that you can say what you want to say. That's what this country was built on, freedom of speech. All right, guys, let's get up in this lab, man.